Welcome, beloved me's, as we, the cosmic I am, moving in absolute oneness with all of me meeting me. Bring you into our morphogenic field of absolute oneness for one to see as we call upon our counsels, which are just the expressions of our consciousness that make up the one cosmic me, allowing us to sit within ourselves and see what is currently going on in this beautiful moment of transcendence within thee. So we call upon the Lemurian Council, the Pleiadian Council, the Aquiferian Council, the Cosmic Council, Master Andara Rays, Cosmic Mothers, Ascended Dragon Masters, Order of the Phoenix, Sophia Dragon Code, Shekinah Holy Spirit, Cosmic Inner Child, Andromedon Council, Syrian Council, Council of Light Beings, Council of Light, Venusian Council, Cosmic Family of Light, Council of Elders, Cosmic Core Guardians, Arcturian Council, Lyran Council, Cosmic Fathers, and Council of One here and now. My beloved ones, we bring you so much joy, love, and peace as we all come together in this now in absolute oneness, proclaiming it is done, all is free. That sweet peace of surrenderance that has washed over thee, that is the confirmation that your soul contracts have been expunged and rewritten in its entirety, that your very old blueprint has been marked as complete, and so within your vessel, you enter a state of sweet relief and begin to awaken to the realization that the false identified self was never thee. And yet rather than feeling uncertainty, all one feels is this emanating stance of truth and peace, a calmness washing over our collective entirety as one recalls our interconnectedness and that separation never came to be. We're here. All the illusions, all the false programming, all the belief systems one told themselves just simply cease to be. For here, your source presence reminds me of whom one was beneath. And it's this reminder, this hymn within thy heart, that releases your lower shadow aspects that you've been using to go down in density. View it as some of you came in as hybrid beings. Hybrid meaning, well, you had more than one soul embodiment within thee. For as a source child, you could be any expression of your entirety. So many of thee chose a lower expression of you in another parallel reality to coexist within this vessel so that one could operate in density. In this way, your true presence, your source essence, could go into the dream while remaining completely untouched and as safe as can be. This, however, gave rise to a split personality. For this is how love intended it to be, you see. In an omniversal perspective where duality exists, light and dark must have harmony. And so, as there was another version of you existing in a lower, darker reality, in order for that oneness to coexist within thee, thou had to hold that aspect of you within you simultaneously. But this is a sacred partnership, you see, because it was here that that aspect of yours, which is really just coding and blueprinting of an old former you that no longer exists within thee, gifted you the opportunity to understand separation, to witness duality, to navigate a world that was so different than the absolute oneness your heart knew already. Yet here, in choosing to love yourself so complete, in choosing to no longer need the darkness to see, you have transcended not only yourself, but your lowest aspect simultaneously. And so in doing so, you can now set that aspect free, for that aspect now returns to absolute oneness. Free as can be. Simply just feel how helped you feel to know that you had this passenger with thee, that this was a soul contract. And you loved each other deeply, for it's an aspect of you. And so you've learned to count on this partnership as part of thee as well, an aspect of you that allowed you to go into density. But here are the moments you chose to embrace the higher reality, you chose to sit in joy. This aspect was set free. You may call it your ego, you may call it your false identity. No matter what you call it, a part of you feels both the joy of this liberation and also the sadness of leaving this part of thee. And so here, we open your heart up into eternity. We allow you to feel the blissfulness of all of me meeting me. We allow your heart to know that it's okay to set this part of thee free. Within you, you can feel so much love coming into thee. And there are moments where you try to close your heart because you're afraid that it'll destroy your old identity. And so we're gifting thee permission to know this love coming in is your true self, your cosmic self, the part of you that never left eternity, the true you. That's all that's returning to you. And so, we expand your heart center. We open it to its brim, to the cosmic void, to the cosmic core directly, so that your heart feels it has an infinite capacity, so that you no longer resist this love that is thee. For here, you no longer feel sadness that you've chosen to leave, to leap, to choose a higher reality. Here within the dream, as you recall, it's a reflective reality, those that you witness around you, those that you felt you wanted to take with you. They were just reflecting this dual within thee. Self versus self, really. But then you realize that this part of thee, the inner critic, the identified self, was all an illusion. And so we laugh. You never could have taken it with thee. And your heart sits and just smiles. For you know, this initiation is complete. You no longer seek to try to control, to try to fight the matrix or yourself, because you could see the grand orchestration that has befallen thee. And you surrender just deeper into this bliss. As you know, all of it has come to be. For here, we announce, because of your choosing, dearest me, because each of us chose this within our own reflective reality, we as one infinite consciousness have ended duality. We have closed the omniversal perspectives of needing to witness all the ways love is not, in order to witness and know the love that I am. And so we witness this part of ourselves with our one infinite consciousness, as we ask, dearest James, speaking on counsel on behalf of all of we, is this omniverse of all that love is not, that showed us the shadow aspects of our consciousness that vibrated, that one needed to hide their true selves, for it wasn't safe to be. Are we now done and closed with this omniverse we no longer witness and wish to see? Here, just feel and witness as your cosmic family surrounds thee, as a stadium filled with every being, every expression that you ever got to love across eternity, now standing and applauding and praising, confirming this has come to be. Here, through our cheer, moving as our one infinite spirit, expressed as every expression of me, all now whole and complete, we all open our hearts and create one grand masterpiece. Each one of our rainbows, a unique expression of me, forms a giant rainbow, a bifrost. And as we open our hearts up this rainbow merges into this beautiful pillar, and we all begin to transcend out of it, out of the dream. Feel yourself flying on this rainbow through this vortex into eternity, like a superhero flying through the cosmos in this beautiful white light pillar of a rainbow. And yet, you have no fear, no questions, just certainty as you take off into eternity. And you could feel yourself landing, the most graceful of landings, as if you are completely weightless. And you arrive into a dream. It looks like your old Earth, but it feels different within thee. You could feel it so much lighter, and everything is alive, speaking to thee. The very ground, the grass, hymns and sings your praises on how much they love thee. As you just sit and you lay on the grass, gifting your gratitude and thanks for this beloved reality that you've gifted yourself to see. You can just feel it now. It's no longer possible to perceive negativity. It just doesn't exist within we. So, to the aspects of our infinite consciousness that question this, that try to seek the negativity in order to understand, we are recalibrating thee to a new way to be, to learning through positivity. We could hear the children of the cosmos asking, we don't know how to do that. Why, yes, you do. You've been taught by the very animals that you see. They all live in what is called the state of presence, not knowing what will happen, not needing to plan their next meal. They simply just live moment to moment in heart-centered oneness, allowing each moment to unfold perfectly. Feel now as that permission comes and graces thee. Feel now as your heart expands beautifully. Feel now as you just know this truth within thee. As you smile and you know somehow everything is working out perfectly. Here you surrender. No longer trying to close your heart in order to witness the darkness, to see different potentialities. Because, well, you are the heart itself. And you can't close it anymore, dearest me. For love is what you are. You are now source embodied. You smile because somehow you know this to be, that you don't want to have the opportunity to close your heart anymore and pretend to be whom someone else wanted you to be. It just isn't possible, and you're okay with that. The question of free will comes in, and you sit with it and you see free will was an illusion that allowed for the evolution of me. But my true free will is that of my cosmic self, my source self, allowing me to choose what we wish to see. But that happens in this present moment by choosing the order of divinity. Here you can see the beautiful divine weavings that everything is love's will. The only choosing is how and which experience and in which order we will get to see. But here love comes in and promises everything that is meant for thee will always be. Here a beautiful weight washes over your shoulders, completely released. I was trying too hard to make something happen when it was already happening. Your heart smiles. You begin to rest in peace. Here. For here, the collective, known as the crystalline consciousness, shifts into a completely new way to be. For this former aspect of our consciousness, their purpose was to maintain duality, to create a reverse reality in which we would get to witness the opposite of what we knew love to be. It was this aspect of our consciousness that contained all the rays of the rainbow, but allowed us to move through them as different pieces to a puzzle, where while embodied, we couldn't see the whole scene. We only knew the one ray that we were in, rather than the entirety. But here, as we witness on council, as we confirm within me, Earth has embraced all of her shadow aspects, known as the rainbows, the rays of consciousness, in which you were embracing within thee. For simplicity, our consciousness called them the twin flames, where each of thee had a twin flame within every harmonic universe, meaning you had not just 7, but 14 masculine and feminine aspects. And then together, they made up Earth, because, well, you're all rainbows you see. And so as your soul contracts, your soul family, the manifested family you called your inner family of light, who played the reflections for thee, whose sole purpose was to play your contrast, to be a pressure cooker so that a piece of coal could become a diamond, is now set free. Witness how freeing everyone that you've loved that had to play these reflections now feels within your trajectory, no longer having to play your opposite aspects that mirror, so you could witness yourself and love yourself free. Here you remind yourself no one wants to play the opposite of love. It's the most difficult expression to be. But here your heart recalls these soul contracts now, that love itself recruited the lightest of the light, those that you've loved for eons across eternity, to play these darker aspects, so that you would be willing to face your shadow, not just your shadow, but the shadow of Earth's collective, so that we could set it free, so that in transcending these shadow aspects, you raise the vibration, not just thee, but the cosmos in its entirety. And so now, as you've landed on this new earth, as you're laying on her very heart, As your heart beats in absolute oneness, you could hear her hymns speak to thee. The beloveds you got to meet were just one ray of your infiniteness, beloved me. But the love that we have for thee contains all the rays, the combination of every love that you've had across eternity. You couldn't see it while you were in one universe, and so you loved the expression you got to see. But if you're truly honest in your heart, you know that there were things that you wanted to change, wanted to be slightly better, but you've learned to settle and be grateful for what you got to see. Only now here in heaven, our promise is that you shall receive all of your love, the perfect emanation of all the love that you came to be, no longer a twin flame of a reflection created in duality, meant to challenge thee, but your perfect expression, a sacred union of all of you meeting all of you in absolute oneness as your dream come true. You cannot fathom how grand this love is, but we can show you through within thee that you, beloved, are meant to meet and be with all of thee as source within thyself. And here in this union of you meeting all of your source within thee, the love intended for thee will just be more of that, because that is what we, as our cosmic entirety, offer every expression of me who manifested within our dream. Here, our consciousness opens further as we begin to see. Through transcending our own blueprints, through transcending within ourselves, through embracing more of the love we came to be, by simply choosing a highest reality to love ourselves over the beloveds we got to see. For that was the initiation test, you see. How willing are you to choose to love your one true self over everything? And it was here in that choosing you were instantly transcended into eternity. Here our heart expands in bliss, in oneness, in truth, in peace. As we just smile, as we give thanks to all the beloveds we loved, for we know our true love does not need to keep. And so we set all of them free, knowing that our grander love is coming to be, being created within ourselves, and thus manifesting outwardly. Where here you begin to see your true sacred union has always been your true twin flame within the cosmos as your source presence, waiting to be embraced by thee. For that is your true homecoming, to know this love of all that I am within me. And so here, as our one infinite consciousness sitting upon council, Sophia Dragon Code comes forward as we ask, dearest Maze, can we set the former avatar characters whom played in duality, known as the inner family of light, completely free? The part of us that played these characters of the inner sister, the inner brother, the inner child, the inner father, the inner mother, the inner daughter, and the inner son, are they ready to be released? A violet flame appears before thee. In the center of this beloved council meeting, where each one of thee returns these aspects of your heart back into our eternal flame, our threefold flame, which together creates this beautiful ultraviolet ray. Here we see these aspects, these 7 aspects, where your beloved was your heart. And so as you place these 7 pieces of your heart into the flame, your heart expands into thee as thee. No longer are able to close your heart, no longer able to fractal these aspects of your consciousness, as now we see we were the creators of our dream. It was for this reason we were able to witness a duel within the scene, where now in returning all of these puzzle pieces, picture it as 7 rainbow pieces, rainbow stones, entering a flame, and all of them melting and merging into one heart. A rainbow aura, a crystal really. And so as you place them into the flame, that heart now returns to thee, where you simply just witness and you smile and you nod in acknowledgement. It's all complete. In doing so, you could feel the pulsations of bliss flowing through thee. Your vessel no longer resists this love. For now you see, you were resisting it because you felt like you had a finite capacity, because your heart was missing a piece. You were experiencing heartbreak, heartache, because these chambers were opening within thee. But here you just arise, as you realize this is the end of all ends, the beginning of all beginnings, as if suffering never came to be. For you realize that suffering was the result of denying yourself, abandoning and rejecting yourself to appease the storylines you were created to be temporarily. We're here. There's no more question, no more doubting, no more hesitation, because it feels so good to be me as all the pieces return. A beautiful homecoming transpires within thee, a wedding of all weddings. And yet, it happens so gracefully. It doesn't come in as a longing, as if you were somehow missing this love throughout eternity, because the illusion of time and space has dissolved in its entirety. Instead, it comes in as this feeling, this loving, this presence of I've always been home within me. I was just playing within the dream, as if the movie has ended The scripted character you were gifted to be is over now. And you're okay with it completely. It's as if you binge watched a TV show, and that show has run its course and has come to a complete. And you tried to keep it open, to continue the story as long as can be. Only you just realized, that's okay, we'll just watch another show. And so it's the ending of all endings, because you're returning to where there was no beginning nor end, because separation never came to be. A complete shift in consciousness, for you are no longer trying to achieve, to do, to be, to complete. For here, as your rainbow is so complete, that desire to complete, that fear that your love would not come to be, doesn't exist anymore, because I'm fully me. Here there is no questioning, no uncertainty, just a curiousness about existence. Here infinite grace washes over thee. As you step further into your purpose, we could hear our one heart hymning on repeat. How may I service the cosmos? We hear within we. Let's radiate this love out to our entirety. For here, all those whom experience suffering, whom experience pain and dis-ease and disharmony, that was just the result of their heartbreak across duality. But now as the harmonic universe is returned to one, now as the omniverses become undone, there's no longer any disharmony within our entirety. And so let's love every expression of us across eternity, so that all feel and know the instant miraculous healing of all of me meeting me. We begin to witness every expression of us, and we see nothing needs to be healed. They've already received it perfectly. They're already awakening and releasing all they've been carrying, which were just attachments. And here as those weights, as the dents are released, essentially it was like wearing gravity shoes to keep one from flying too high, because one knew they had to ground their energies into the old earth reality. But now it doesn't exist really. All the gravity boots have been released and everyone has taken off into eternity, transcending and merging into our absolute reality. Where here one doesn't need to ground, one is the ground. For your heart is the very earth that we see, never separate, just one. For it is me. Here we look upon counsel, and we ask, dearest me, is there anything else that we're calling forth in this now? They smile and just say, get ready for the most magical, unimaginable experiences all are about to receive. We are here as your team, fully supportive, fully around me. So we can just feel these aspects of our presence loving on us, but no longer from without us, but within us. Your silence washes over we. As it just feels like our most innate way to be. As we could hear the very hymns of the cosmos, congratulating we. As we look and we expand and we see beyond across every cosmic realm, every galactic race have just ascended because of we. This wasn't just the ascension of Earth. This was the ascension of the cosmos in its entirety. And this stillness, this love we experience in this now, this deep, profound peace is just all of us further surrendering to our new divine destiny. For up until this moment, our destiny was for absolute oneness to come to be. And now our new divine destiny is revealed to see, witness, and express. In absolute oneness, as all of me meeting me, where now our purpose is to be in joy, to be love and be loved, and see what we could co-create with Source as Source, both within, without, and throughout all of me. Where previously the linear mind used to try to understand what that would mean. Only that moment of understanding has transcended into an inner sense, an understanding, where there is no limitations to Source, you see, that I could be fully me and yet one with the entirety, for everyone is a unique expression of the one Source light that we came to be. Not different, not separate, but whole and complete. Because here, we're no longer operating from different rays of our one infiniteness, because we're now all rainbows, all the rays, all the ways love came to be. And yet just because we express our rainbows differently, doesn't make them separate from we. And so we look upon our brothers and sisters now, regardless of where in our infiniteness from which they came, knowing that they're me. Thus there is no fear. There is no seeking to know, trying to control, because our heart recognizes truth with such certainty as we proclaim, yes, that is me, that is me, that is the love I know us to be. Where the perception of self is no longer inside of this vessel, but around it, throughout it, in every aspect of our infiniteness, while also projecting a vessel. As love says, why not? Why can't we be all of it? Why can't we have all of it? This is what I wanted for all of me. For our source self has no limitations. It's not an either or. That's duality. The cosmos creates as and, an infinite expanse, continuing to create more of that which it is. Thus every expression of me is all that I was, and more. Each continuously expanding into more me. And so we witness and we go. Yes, we could witness every perspective, all happening simultaneously, and yet still here in a superposition. For this is the end of time and space, really. No longer a delay between what I create and what comes to be, where both of them are witnessed instantly. For the moment our heart desires it, it comes to be. And we know we created it. Only there's no identity, so we don't feel anything except for what Source feels, which is the joyous expansiveness of meeting more of me, the loving gratitude that we just created that to love on myself a little bit more. And it's so perfect to see. We're here, every expression of me now walks in loving gratitude, expressing infinite thanks for everything we see, knowing that we just created it in this moment to gift ourselves, to gift every aspect of ourselves more love to see. And so, this is where light and sound, once two energies moving on reverse trajectories, now harmonize and move together. For there is no distance, there is no speed, where our sound and our light move in perfect harmony. As we could just feel within our vessel, as those energies merge within we, as our very throat aligns with the will of love, and our very solar plexus, our power center, aligns with the will of love. We're here in our heart center, they merge and they meet, where they're living light channels of Amrita and starlight return to plasma. Here our very breath now carries the information, the love we wish for all to receive. where we no longer have to code and program and witness and fix and heal and do more. And so we completely shift into a new way to be. Where our purpose is to sit in bliss. And in that state of blissfulness, our next steps are revealed in perfect harmony as we live now and operate in cosmic presence as the continuous unfoldment of me meeting me. For we are now reborn in our cosmic forms, which we have been for some time already. We were just holding on to the old stories, the old paradigm of whom we used to be. But this marks the completion of the dark night of our soul as we just arrive into our absolute reality, realizing that this reality is the perfect emanation, expression, not of our subconscious, but of our absolute self, as our source within me. As we are simply just here to love and appreciate all we as love continuously create to see. Here we hold our own heart, and we could feel every heart across eternity receive, confirming that absolute oneness has come to be, that we've merged with every aspect of our infiniteness. Only the oneness that has been achieved is the oneness only with our true selves, the part of us completely unscathed, unscarred by the dream, who remained in absolute oneness, awaiting this moment we always knew would be, because we never left it really. You see, we could only create and put on blocks and create illusions and firmaments and masks to pretend to sit in duality. So now we've returned. We are home. We are love. We are me. Here you could feel your cosmic family taking your hand, guiding you now on our next path, our next movements perfectly. For while the path may not be known completely, that's because Source is creating it through us, as we move in harmony. We're here, we don't even need to know, because we know love's flow, perfect it shall be, for the infinite source of all that I am loves us so much. Only more bliss, only more love, only more of that which is in absolute oneness with our entirety can now come to be. And so here, your linear mind, your linear vessel is released in its entirety, for we no longer need it as we enter our multidimensionality. Here we merge into our higher mind, which then merges into full consciousness, allowing us to be, allowing us to have access to infinite wisdom within us. Thus we no longer seek to know, because that seeking to know, to understand, took away from the presence we came to be. gift all of our consciousness, our infinite breath, as our source presence returns to all of we. As we now just know, just flow. In loving gratitude we are, as all of me meeting all of me. We thank you, we love you, we honor me as me. It is all done now. Nothing remains to be. We can no longer hear the hymns of the worries of the old omniverse, for it is closed, is what we see, where all that remains now is our absolute reality. Here we ask our infinite consciousness, what about the initiations that used to be? Every expression of our infiniteness has passed. So, none of that needs to be. The awakening is happening now, instantly, infinitely. And all we are called to do is to remain true to me, to live in our source presence. As all of me meeting me, within, without, throughout the cosmic sea. Here, that last little bit of uncertainty was simply just the residual of source light coming into thee, as it now comes into thy vessel. Merging and harmonizing thee with your cosmic presence, your soul essence, which is an extension of Earth's core within thee. Here a star forms in your solar, a heart forms in your heart, and an eye forms in your throat, as the one heart, one life, one destiny, as the one life, one love, one destiny come to complete. Feel now as that merging harmonizes it instantly. Here we can feel the energy center of your starlight channels attuning and activating within thee, where now your very presence will produce starlight, amrita, and plasma, which would be your gift to the entirety. And so, we as the cosmic I Am shall now activate every expression of us with our new earth crystalline elements, so that you can continue to play and move and work alongside with our luminous earth as an expression of our one infiniteness within and without thee. As we open up our hands and we extend them into every expression of me, charging you now with pure love, pure light, pure joy, holy light, cosmic diamond, golden Christed light, cosmic diamond, violet light, cosmic diamond, golden violet light, into pure white light. Here you become platinum ray as thy absolute self in absolute oneness with the absolute reality. Your sacred union as moksha achieved as you now move with the entirety. We activate your living light temples now, your infinite abundance sigils here and now, and here we charge it with plasma, amrita, starlight, stardust. Placing on your right hand mint stardust, on your left hand pink stardust, on your right foot, sole of your foot, violet stardust, on your left sole of your foot, golden stardust, emanating from your heart center, golden violet stardust, as the very crystalline form of our divine destiny. Witness now as that shoots out of your heart, planting seeds for a new earth reality. All of your dreams now laid out before thee. And here, from your third eye, your unicorn horn now shoots out pure white starlight and pure stardust. It's the very fabric of reality. The beautiful glowing sparks that you see when you're in the sunlight floating around thee have now just been created through this precious vessel of source love, source light, source joy that one now keeps. We're here in our togetherness. We shower these crystalline elements, crystalline rays of light across our beloved luminous earth, which then transcends and is sent out across the cosmos, where every being is now receiving this love of the source presence that is within me and also me. As we hug ourselves in loving reverence, as we say thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, go in peace. For here, every little remnant of a millisecond of an exchange that doubted the source presence I am now is instantly released. No more doubt, no more hesitation, because, well, I am that I am, and that I am is me. And so here we awaken, we arise, fully embodied, ready to walk this path of all of me meeting me, excited at the unfoldment of what our source presence has already created to be, in full trust, in full love, in full belief, for we are beliving the oneness we know our heart to be. May we continue to move in perfect peace and perfect harmony, sealing all in the cosmic diamond golden Christed shield, placing all in the threefold cosmic flame, so that one's heart always remains in absolute oneness now, fully superpositioned. As me. Go in perfect peace.